You thought UA was bad? Have you seen Banishing Touch? Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about these new talents. Okay, Unrelenting Assault is obviously an incredible talent where a monster can get up to 3 turns. It can turn anyone from a denier, from a support into an attacker. It's insane. Take a look at Master Rat, for example. He's just a support monster that ended up being the best attacker for the first 2 seasons. But we need to talk about this brand new talent and what it's going to do to the game and when is it going to stop. They get more and more powerful, okay? It's ridiculous. So Banishing Touch, after damaging with a skill, if target's life is below 50%, deals 1000 points of magic damage to targets and applies a 2-turn, not a 3-turn, a 2-turn death countdown to targets. It even has 2 uses. Okay, Banishing Touch, 2-turn death countdown. So you can't even cleanse this, and I have video proof from Ronan showing that this can't even be cleansed. Let's actually start by watching that video. Okay, so we're going to click play and check this out. It is Ronan. So Ronan's Lindworm goes first, just recharge enemy, Lindworm goes. Lindworm is going to turn transfer into Spectra, which by the way is an OP monster who's getting even more OP thanks to the Banishing Touch. So Spec is going to go. Spec does her AoE skill, I imagine, yeah, Falling Fire. So you're hit with Burning, Banishing Touch kicks in, deals its magic damage. That's not the big threat here. That death countdown is though, so check this out. 2 turn before death, so that's the 2-turn death countdown. And then you have the Burning from the fire-based AoE. Alright, so agile and changeable. Look at that, 1 turn before death. You just did a cleansing skill and the burning is gone, but you still have the curse countdown. What in the world? What in the world? So even if you, like Rat has a skill that cleansing gives an extra turn, nothing will help. So how do you combat that? You're going to die in 2 turns. If your monster is running Unrelenting Assault, doesn't matter. If Unrelenting Assault triggers, it's pretty much as good as dead. This means that on defense, all you need to do is run like a 6 team speed Spectra running Banishing Touch, you know, if it was to trigger, and then your monster could maybe run Revival. If the enemy doesn't kill you in 1 turn, they're dead, right? Or I guess 2 turns, but then they would die at the end of that turn. I don't understand what is going on. Yeah, guys, you saw the video proof. So you can't cleanse Banishing Touch. It's similar to how you can't cleanse Burning Hands. The only way to get rid of Burning Hands, it's not with negative effect removal. It has to be with a torture immunity or removes tortures. But Banishing Touch, you should be able to remove Death Countdown. Why can't you? 2 turns is not enough to do anything. Heck, even 3 turns I would still consider it OP. This is OP. 2-turn Death Countdown. What do you even do in those 2 turns to be able to beat the enemy? Nothing. You can't do anything. The only saving grace, quote unquote, is it says after damaging with a skill, if target's life is below 50%. If you are running a 6 team speed Spec on defense, probably Spec running 3 speed is not going to be able to take you below 50%, meaning that Banishing Touch won't trigger on all of the enemy monsters. In the video I showed you, obviously that Spec was ranked up and then Ronan's weren't or something, because there's no way she could deal that much damage if she wasn't running strength. I don't know if the video actually shows if she had strength or not, but yeah, obviously it wouldn't work that way. You could always just do a Lindworm turn transfer into Spec combo and then Spec does this thing. You can't trust the AI to do that. But I mean, in terms of offense, you easily run, depending what rank your Spec is. Here's the crazy thing. If your Spec is rank 3, if you have low runes, just have someone turn transfer into Spec, run a Megaton to protect you in case the enemy has an Anticipation monster, Banishing Touch, and you're good to go. The enemy's going to die in 2 turns. These are getting too powerful. Unrelenting Assault was powerful enough. I didn't think anything would get released that was better than Unrelenting Assault. I wanted to say that Banishing Touch is a lot more powerful. What's funny enough too is that Banishing Touch gets released with King Charmless. It's not even like his talent, because Banishing Touch actually kills Charmless, because Charmless is an attacker. He's an ET attacker, extra turner attacker. So what the heck? This is too powerful. These pay to win talents are getting too powerful, because the only way you get Banishing Touch and Unrelenting Assault is if you buy the Golden Legends Pass. So I think SocialPoint should make it so this can be cleansed. Why can't you cleanse this away? Is it just a coding error where it should be cleansed away? Or is it really not going to be cleansed and you have 2 turns to win, realistically like 1 turn? Because what happens if you get hit with a monster, like Banishing Touch, and then you also get Baby Reverted, right? Maybe you do Banishing Touch and Cat, or Panicking and Banishing Touch. Well, one of the 2 turns you have to beat the enemy, I'm sorry, you got possessed. You run the fastest monster with Dispelling Fist, get rid of enemy Megatons. You could even run Spec with Dispelling Fist, right? Get rid of Megaton. If there's double Megaton is gone. Next monster in turn order is an attacker Panicking. Panicking does the stun and possession skill. Banishing Touch kicks in, you're possessed or stunned, you have 2 turns to win, too bad you got denied. Like, what in the world? Because I can definitely see the Mega Taunt, Spec, and Attacker Denier running Banishing Touch. If Spec, who's OP, doesn't run Banishing Touch, then players are going to be using any attacker that has strong AoE skills for Banishing Touch. Like, why wouldn't they, right? My goodness. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do wonder if a player has Banishing Touch and they attack and it activates, and they attack and it activates again if it resets it to 2. But even then, it is too powerful. What if the enemy hits you with a Mega Freeze or Mega Sun? You're dead. You literally can't do anything, and you can't even cleanse it away. So I really hope that it's a coding error that Banishing Touch can be cleansed like we saw in the video. I don't know what SocialPoint is thinking. These are getting way too powerful. Like, to the point where it's no fun, right? After damaging with a skill, if target's life is below 50%. Someone also mentioned you can run Banishing Touch with someone that deals percentage damage. For example, Colonel Pip or a Rucha. Yeah, you can definitely do that. If you have a skill that you guarantee drop them below 50% and it's AoE, go for it. There's just... Man, this is too crazy. I'm not a fan of this. I'm really not a fan of it because it's behind a paywall, just like Unrelenting Assault is. Like, if SocialPoint wants to do powerful talents, first of all, I don't think they should make them this powerful. I think it should be cleansed away. Or drop it to 25% maybe. After damaging the skill, target level is below 25%. Yeah, I think that'd be... It obviously make it a lot worse, which is the point, because right now, I would say it's OP. Even if it's below 50% HP, I would say it's OP. If you have rank 3 monsters, and you're taking on a rank 5 spec with all speed, most likely, just because of the level difference, the 130 to 150, and the level advantage, most likely Banishing Touch would still trigger, and then you have 2 turns to win. My goodness. And I think in War, if I'm not mistaken, in War, you would still lose your monster. It would count as victory, but you still lose a coin, if I'm not mistaken. So, what are we going to have to do, guys? Suddenly death immunity became super OP and we need death immunity on your team. Anyone that can do a death countdown, that's probably the only way to cleanse it. A death countdown. So I imagine that SP is going to start releasing monsters that have death countdown as a trait, as a status caster, maybe monsters that can apply death countdown. Because right now, I don't understand how they would release something so darn powerful. Let's watch the video again. Alright, and we'll just kind of skip to the good part. There we go. So, Spectre is going to go. Falling Fire. Banishing Touch kicks in. 2-turn death countdown, all the relics and everything kick in. But wait, we have Master Rat. I'm burning. I'm death countdown or curse countdown, and I will cleanse. But look at that, 1 turn before death. My goodness, I don't understand how that is allowed to exist. That is so ridiculous. But anyhow, guys, that was my opinion on Banishing Touch. I want to hear from all of you guys. What do you guys think about it? Are you okay with this? Are you not okay with it? Well, I already know if you're free to play, you absolutely hate this. But even from the spenders, do you guys, if you spent money on the Golden Legends Pass, and I did, I personally bought the Golden Legends Pass, isn't it still too powerful? Like, enough is enough, right? I will also say, shout out to SP though, for giving players something that can actually stop UA. After being damaged by a skill, deals 1,000 points of thunder damage and apply shock to the attacker. This is awesome, especially if you have a Megataunt monster, you run Megataunt with Static Shock, and the enemy that attacks you, you're going to apply shock to them so they won't trigger UA. That's awesome. So we need stuff like this. But what we don't need is stuff like this. So yeah, guys, I really want to hear you guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.